Good morning, YouTube. Country weather. Come on, we're going this way. There we go. How's that? Good morning, YouTube. So, very country weather today. Country underfoot. Not much going on here. Very quiet. It's like really is the. It's like the graveyard here. Not many people around in winter. Even the neighbours are not here. They've gone to their apartments and they're left alone. It's very icy, kind of dodgy to walk about. So be careful. Which way should we go? We don't want to go down there. A lot of cars being up and down. So we'll go up here. Very icy. I thought the snow would have gone by now, but it's not. I thought, well, it's going to go all melty. But it is sticking around. Maybe it'll stay. Maybe it won't. Maybe that's it till summertime now. Who knows? But we'll see. All it takes is a good sunny day or two, and all this will disappear. Today, Monday, I think. Maybe. Oh God. So it's plan on taking a few of these trees down soon. There's one down here particular that has to be brought down. It was leaning on the wires, but it's the snow's melted off the top there, so it's now cleared off. So I still think I should cut it down. Just can't remember exactly which one it was. It's up here somewhere. Maybe I'll spot it. So I'll have a walk through the foresty bit today, I think. And the snow's not deep. Looks a lot, but there's not so very deep. So can walk through the forest. All wrapped up warm. Nice coat on today. Stop tape. Right, okay. YouTube keeps giving me notifications. What is it about puddles you like to drink out of, man? Like, get you a nice bowl of clean water and you have to drink out the puddles, don't you? Eh? Good morning, whoever's on. Coming live from Leningrad Oblast. Again, only out for a short time with the dogs. Bear's not with me today. He's asleep. So he's keeping warm. But you see the snow is still down. I thought it would have melted by now, but it ain't. I thought it would have, it's kind of gone cold, but no wind, which is a big bonus. And some of these trees are leaning. I've got to come out with a chainsaw and cut one of these down over there. I think that one there's leaning. It's dangerously leaning, otherwise we're going to have the power out. Trouble is that these trees are so close to this power line, and if they come down on it, obviously knocks the whole electric out, and then we have to wait for them to come out to repair it. While they're repairing it, it could take several hours, depending when it's down, and while you're waiting you've no electric, so not good in the winter time. Not so bad in the summer, nobody really cares, but in winter time it can be like some houses here. They decided they didn't want to go with the wood-fired central heating that we've got. We put it in because at the time there was no electric here, so the only option was wood-fired central heating. So we put that in. But a lot of people since who've up that end of the settlement had electric when they first came here, so they've put electric. Some of them have got all electric heating in, and so if the power goes out in wintertime, it's dangerous for them. A lot of them haven't even got generators. They don't think about these things. But even if you had a generator and you had your full house was completely electrically heated, a generator probably wouldn't hack it. You'd need 2 or 3 generators. You know, one heating element, kilowatt. You know, or 2 kilowatts for your average heater. 2 kilowatt heater. Can I go through there, do you think? Maybe not. A 2 kilowatt heating, and your generator be Brian Abbott Clark. What's up, man? Nothing much, just out for walkies. Does Russia have good cocaine? No, it doesn't have good cocaine. What's good? What is the word cocaine and good got in common? And you live there, you wasn't any snow on that trail. No, well, yeah. So it's a bit snowing, yeah. It has been snowing a little bit. It's not that. It's cold, but it's not that cold. It's kind of reasonable, you know. I was talking about anyway. Yeah, central heating. So if you've got like maybe, I mean, a lot of them where they're electrically heated in houses, they go for this underfloor stuff, which gives you what they call a top lip hole of warm flow, and it's all crunchy underfoot. And with these warm floors, they use kilowatts after kilowatts of electric, so you need like a humongous generator to run them if the power's out. So really, they would be reduced down to sort of little heaters, you know. So if electric's out, very dangerous here. If this is why I don't like fully electric houses. 1, it's expensive, and 2, if electric gets knocked off, you've got a problem. You know, how to heat a house. Same with gas, actually. If you've got gas central heating and your electric's out, your gas won't work either. I know that sounds strange, but your gas boilers are run. The system is electrically run, kind of. You know, the thing that keeps the pumps going and whatever. So really, without electric here, you have a problem. And this is why, when we put our system in, our central heating system in, we did it without. Come this way. We did it without pumps, so it's naturally circulating heat. But dirty. That's the only thing with solid fuel. It's dirty. But on the other hand, if the electric goes out, we've no problem. Yeah, we can light a candle or whatever, or flashlights, you know, go to bed early, and the heating will still run. No problem. And the good thing about it's like a kind of an Aga. It's kind of like an Aga. They'll call it Super Thermo Plus, I think it is, made in Serbia. And the good thing about them is you can cook on them. Oh, I had that in the mountains of Colorado. We got a lot of snow and cold. I'd help here. Very high. My house is off grid, but our family is in the trade, so if things get knocked off, we can get them going again. But we've got a good wood burning stove for heat. Yeah, wood. Yeah, we've got like a kind of an Aga. It's called Super Thermo, and basically it's what are you doing, you mad thing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You gone bonkers, haven't you, dog? In the snow. We've got ours runs, so it's got it's like, if you can imagine an Aga, because you've got an oven and you've got a massive hot plate, so you can cook on it. So even if the electric goes off, and it's got a back boiler for the central heating, but it's natural circulation. We've got a pump fitted as well. But what are you doing, you silly thing? What are you doing? What have you got? Eh? What is that all about? Eh? Go on. You're grumbling at, eh? You've gone mad. It's got it's got a back boiler inside the burner, so it pumps out the heat around the house under natural circulation. So if electric goes off, you can still cook, you can still got central heating around the house and whatever. And also we've got a 200 litre water boiler, inline water boiler, so that's 200 litres, and so that when the wood burner's going, you've got heat in the radiators and hot water as well, so everything kind of in one. But to be honest, here wood heating is okay with a wood burner. I mean, they're okay, but if you light it and you've got it absolutely filled up to the very, very brim, you're only going to get about 6 hours out of it, you know. That's it, and then it's going to be, you've got to refill it again, so you're constantly refueling it. Get out of here, Jackie, you mad dog. It's a pain in the butt, to be honest. Don't like it at all. But we were, I mean, off grid. I know off grid is kind of a nice topic at the moment. Everyone's going about get off grid and how nice it is, now romantic. It's not frigging romantic at all. We were here in the forest here. There was no bloody electric here. We were 7 years without electric. You know, we've only got it in now. 7 years without electric. Can you imagine? We had solar panels, we had wind generator. Wind generator is useless. I mean, look today, absolutely no wind at all. The solar panels are good, but you need a horrendous amount of batteries, and they don't last. You know, so if in winter with grey cows like that, you know, the batteries don't charge. They do to a degree, but not much. So you're constantly on, in winter, you're constantly on generator. You're charging your batteries, or you've got your generator on, and it gets expensive. Off-grid living is not fun. It's not what they make it out to be. Yeah, I mean, unlimited fuel. Yeah, me as well. You know, I could chop all this down. This is, you know, if I wanted to, I could go out and chop everything down. But as you know, chopping timber down is great, but it's hell of a bind. It's get the chainsaw out. By the time you cut one of these, then dragged it back to the house, cleared it up, chopped it up, stacked it up, dried it. Then once it's all been stacked up and it's all dry, guess what? You're going to bring it into the house then as well. So you're moving it about 34 times, you know. You know. It's not off-grid. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not a romantic thing at all. It's hard, damn work, and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody after living it. I mean, we didn't tend to be off-grid. It's just that they had no electric here. So I mean, we're on a well system, water well system. We're on our own septic. So, you know, apart from electric, we're not connected up to any other amenities. No, nothing else. So. It was true off grid, and the road here was when we first came in. There's nobody else here. There's nobody else here. That track was just a track down through the forest and down to the main road. So it really was kind of off the beaten track. And winter time, I remember in winter time we were here one of the first 1 or 2 winters. No, you know, nobody here. Nobody clears the road because there's nobody here. You know, so even to get to the shops in the car, I had to have chains on the car. The only way we could drive down that road there. Now it's cleared every so often. Now there's a lot more people there, but it wasn't fun. But I learned if you don't use a TV and dishwasher, then my generator only runs about 2 or 3 times a month, and I don't watch TV a lot. Watch the dishes by hand all the time. Yeah, well, we're hand. That's what I plan on doing. That's good. That's what I plan on doing, going well and septic, but the others I want to be grid like electric. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's septics. I mean, here in Russia, we do things maybe different to wherever you are. I'm not sure where you are. Are you in Canada or America somewhere? Do things different. Septics here are they're concrete rings put into the ground. and they open at the bottom. They're not sealed in. So any water waste or liquid material goes down, and you're throwing bacteria into the septic. I sort of put a teaspoon in every day or so. Every few days, put a bit of bacteria in. There's no need to empty the tank at all. It never needs emptying. The bacteria takes care of it. And Colorado, yeah, you get it cold up there, I guess. So the septic never needs emptying. It's a good system. On the new house we'll be doing, in Novgorod we'll be doing exactly the same system. Septic tank, concrete rings, open-ended, and bacteria, because you never need to empty them. It's I spend about, I think about what is it in dollars? It's probably about $8 every 3 months on bacteria. So it's not expensive for the bacteria. What are you doing over there in the forest, eh? Come out of here. For firewood, if you're going to chop firewood, here we have mainly, this is silver birch, which is Berioza, and I think those other ones are Acina. I don't know what that is in English, I've forgotten. But it's a mix of kind of Acina and Eva, which is, there's the odd pine in there. There's a pine there. But Berioza is the best one, the silver birch. It's great firewood, but you have to let it dry over a long period. If you don't, you get a lot of sap in the timber, and when that burns, it burns. I mean, you can literally, if you're desperate and you've run out of firewood, you could literally chop one of those silver birches down, chuck it in the fire, and it'll burn, even when it's just been cut down. So, looks like Aspen. I've never been to Aspen, so I can't tell you. Have a good night anyway. Have a good rest. But yeah, silver birch, good stuff, but it's full of sap, and what happens is sap, it drips down. If you get ash in your chimney and it drips into it, and then eventually it'll catch fire and your chimney will go up like a Roman candle. So really, you have to mix firewood up with so people forget about that. I think off-grid living, or just chop trees down and just burn it. No, you've got to select your wood and select it carefully and dry it carefully. It's quite a process to do all that. It's not as people think. It's just kind of, just chuck fire in. Chop a bit of firewood for half a day and you've got it. Nah, if you're chopping firewood, it's constant. It's all year round. Constantly chopping, constantly stacking, constantly moving it around. And when you're putting it into fire, you're mixing it up, making sure you've not got just silver birch or just pine or just if you can mix it up a bit. So it's quite a job to do it. Wouldn't recommend it. Don't recommend it to anybody. Hey, behave you. What have you got? What's that? Huh? What have you got? What have you got? Biggest stick you can find. What is that, eh? Come on. Do we go down here? We're not going to stay out long because it's cold. Come on. We'll go down this way. Oh yeah, off-grid living, not for me. I've had enough of it, thanks. Quite enough. Don't want to see any more off-grids. Or anything like off-grid. It ain't fun if you're pumping bloody stuff around. It just happens to be, I wonder why people like off-grid. What is it about it? Do you ever drop the R with the home is? I don't know what the R is, sorry. I don't know what R is, no idea. I'm really out of date with drugs. I've never been taking drugs, I don't know. But I'm guessing that's some kind of drug. But anyway. Yeah, the off-grid living is kind of really popular, and I think it's probably to do with people wanting to get back to basics. They've had enough of this fast-paced life in the cities and get away from it into the forest. But it comes with its drawbacks, and that is, of course, cutting firewood, stacking firewood, all that. Quite a big job. You know, we've got a nice heaver. That's a nice heaver there. I can literally get the chainsaw out and cut every piece of timber on this road here. Everything. And in the things, you know, no problem in timber here. But it's hard work, it's heavy work. You think, oh, you know, cut a tree down, just pull it back, bring it back to the house. Yeah, whatever. It's heavy stuff. I'm half black. And what? Good morning, boss from Sheffield. Oh, good morning, Sheffield. How are you doing? Sheffield Steelers. Believe otherwise. Your name is... I don't know what you're saying there. But yeah, I think that's why people are keen on off-grid. I think that's why it's a hot topic on YouTube. You know, anything you write, if you put a hashtag off-grid in any of your videos, it gets mega views because people... But really, I mean, I think a lot of it is fakery. There's very few people who are actually living full-time off-grid who've got time to make YouTube videos, you know, because it's a full-time job. You know, if you're doing proper offline grid, off-grid living, not only have you got to deal with firewood and stuff like that, you've also got to deal with if you're keeping animals, you know, if you've got chickens or whatever. It's a full-time job, kind of like farming, homesteading, you know. Don't recommend it one bit. Simple life, that's best. Simple life, yeah, but with electric and gas, preferably, and central water. So if you're on a well, I mean, we're on a well here in St. Petersburg, well system, not a bore well, you know, a kind of traditional well, but there's a pipe runs. I've got a pipe running into about halfway down into it. And that runs under the ground up to the house, and there's a pump in the house, so we don't have to sort of cart water about. But again, you have to, when you're on a well system, you have to be careful with it. You can't just open the tap and, you know, and just waste water. You have to be wary of your water. Oh God, this is icy here. What have I come down here for? I don't want to be on my arse, because going to land on your ass at my age, it hurts. You know, you can't just open the tap and let the water run. You know, every time you open the tap, every time you fill the kettle up, every time that, you've got to think, oh, you know, how much water am I using? How much water am I using? People think, oh, well, yeah, no, it's just going to fill up. No, it doesn't. In summertime, if it's very dry, your well can run dry. In wintertime, here, you've got the opposite problem. The water can freeze outside, and then it won't fill your well. So you've got constant summer and winter battle of water. Normally in winter what happens is, if it's a very cold winter, we have to actually buy in water. Normally, kind of, if it's a cold, very, very, very cold winter, 2 trucks of water per year to refill the well. Because the ground's frozen, guess what? You ain't get water. So there's that problem. Because frozen pipes, the way we get around frozen pipes here is slightly different to the UK. We have kind of a cable that you can wrap around the pipe, and it's heated, and so when it freezes, you just turn it on and it defrosts the pipe. And the other way to do it is to have a cable inside the pipe. So have it inside the pipe, and it comes out at some point, and you plug it in, and that can defrost it as well. So that's the way you deal with it. But again, if you're off grid, how are you going to connect that? You know. Let's have a read here. What would you know? I know a lot of people with name Brian and talk about. Don't need to argue. What are you arguing about? There's only 6 people online, for goodness sake. You're arguing. So yeah, that's a well system. Wells are, the simple life is not so simple when you look at it. You know, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of things you have to do if you're doing off-grid. And I really don't recommend it at all. Well, maybe it's okay if you're young or something, but really, you know, where they show it in YouTube videos or movies, you know, living on the homestead, it's hard work. It can be done, but it's hard work. It was hard work for us, you know, when we first came here. There was no electric, so we couldn't even use a pump in the well because there's no electric. So we had to use what do you call it? Pump, petrol powered pump, petrol engine powered pump kind of thing. And that was the only way to get water into the house. That was thrown into the well and then into bottles. So you can imagine we had like hundreds of bottles, 5 litre bottles. Anything above 5 litres and start to get heavy. So if you're moving bottles about, you know, if you've got to using the toilet, you know, to flush the toilet, you know, 10 litres, 2 bottles gone straight away if you're doing that. Of course, the other way of doing the best way to do that is to have an outside toilet, which is basically a hole in the ground with a toilet above it. Which is really nice in winter. You can imagine how freaking cold that is. So no, off-grid living. If I was going to do off-grid, it would have to be somewhere like the bloody Caribbean or somewhere. I wouldn't recommend it here. Although we did, I mean, when we first came here, and this road here wasn't here. This was just a track in the forest, wasn't it? And across here was a field. And there was a little tiny dirt track through it, kind of thing. But it wasn't walkable. Unless you knew where you were going, it wasn't walkable. So it's really quite a difference now from what it was. We really were doing the off-grid thing, but how cold it we are now. I don't know, it's from -3 or something. Where is it? No, so what is based at? It's 33. I don't know what 33 is. Kind of in the cold here. I mean, the coldest we've experienced it here was quite a few years back. It was about, I don't know, about 9, maybe 10 years ago, maybe longer, maybe 11 years ago. There was a particularly cold winter, and it dropped to we think it was about -38. We registered 36 on the thermometer outside, and then it went colder at the night. So probably around about 38. It was the coldest we've ever experienced here, and everything was frozen. And I mean everything. At that time we weren't on electric, or were we? No, we weren't on electric at that time. So we were on generator. Chickens. We had chickens at the time. We had to put them in boxes, cardboard boxes with hay, and cover them over with a blanket. Keep them at night time. Keep them warm. It's the only way to stop them from freezing. So very, very cold weather. When you've got an electric, you've got a generator. Well, basically in that kind of weather, you've got your wood burner going 24 hours, and you've got your generator running almost 24 hours. You know, very, very cold weather. And that's, as soon as you do that, you know, if you're in a generator 24 hours, you're going to kill it. Basically, it won't last. It'll die very quickly. You know, you're strong. Negative with, I don't know, it's probably like 28 or 30. I don't know. I think we're about we're in centigrade. We're about, I don't know. I think it's kind of -2 or 3 today. It's cold. It's cold. Like fingers are cold, and there's no wind. So it is a real cold. And things are frozen this morning. So yesterday, you can see it's all melted, and that melt has turned into this ice. This is the thing you get with St. Petersburg. You got ice down here, and then you got snow on top of it. And then what happens is the sun comes out in the day and melts the snow, or melts a layer of snow, and that becomes all watery. And then it freezes at night, and then it snows on top of that. So you get these layers of snow, ice. It's a weird kind of like a snow sandwich, if you can imagine. It's weird, and it's deadly as well. You know, you can have as many. Where are you going? Come on. You can have as many spikes in your tyres as you want. You know, when you've got these snow things like that. You can see here, look, you've got ice and then snow, and ice and snow. Already starting to build, and this is only the first snow of the year, so difficult to drive in this. Socrates cells and the metric system. Learn metric is much better. Your house, Bristol. The coldest I got here was -14 Antonio Junction, about 20 miles. Oh God, yeah, about 14,000 feet. Yeah, that's high up. -40 is horrible. It's not so much the cold. If it's cold like today, where it's the temperature's dropped today, but there's no wind, so it doesn't feel cold. It really doesn't feel cold at all. It's probably minus a little bit, but it's not. It doesn't feel cold. It's weird. Other than your fingers, you know. But I'm holding a phone, right? So that's gonna be cold, isn't it? Nothing I can do about that. Although I've got gloves on, it's still cold on the fingers. But, yeah, off-grid living. Nah, you're bonkers. No way. No way would I do it. It's not romantic at all. It's hard damn work. There is somebody or something on the road up there. Is that a dog or a person? I can't tell. I think it's a person. Not sure. That looks like a kid. Or a small person. Maybe it's a dwarf. There'll be Snow Whites around here. With 7 dwarfs. Every winter, but never fact checked it. Yeah, cold is, you know, poof. The Russia winter can be deadly. It can be, depending where you are. You know, if you go up into the real cold regions in Russia, you know, where it can hit -60, really horrible. I can't imagine being in -60. Nothing's going to work. Everything's going to freeze. Like the ordinary antifreeze freezers. Anything more than -40 and it freezes, so you know, you hit -60, you have to have your car on all the time. You never switch it off, always running. Can you imagine the fuel bill? That's crazy, isn't it? So, no, not for me that. There was somebody was coming to us, somebody on the forum that they wanted to go and live in right in Yakutia. Right, far Siberia in Russia. I thought, have you got a brain in your head or what? You know, nobody wants to live there, other than Eskimos and people, not natural, you know, native peoples up there. Because you've got people up there, literally Eskimo type people. What are you doing? So, I wouldn't. So what's that? It's Putin up the road, time to enlist. Oh, come on. You're obviously brave because you got a name, anonymous user, so I was not brave enough to say it, really, are you? You know, hardly like to enlist here, am I? You know, so it's and you see someone that's not, you know, you've been building that place for the last 3 years, I think it is, and he's got the roof on. I helped him put the second floor on ceiling, which is concrete slabs up there. I helped him with that, or with the crane, me and another guy. And over here they built, that's really come on now. That's been going a long time, that building. Been building that a long time. That's it's a huge plot of land. It's like, I think it's 40 sotok or something like that. You know, it's a huge plot. And that building's been going on for a long time. To Siberia. Have I ever been to Siberia? No, I've not been to Siberia. Have I been to Siberia? No, I haven't. Oh, kind of, yeah, okay, I have, but not Siberia. I've been to the far north, so, and the Arctic regions I've been to, in Norway, and I've been to the far north here in Russia, a place called Appetit, Appetit. It's really far north. It's just where Russia touches Norway, and very, very cold up there. It's where all the skiing goes on. We're up there one year, but it's a strange place. There's like polar bears roaming around and stuff. It's not. But when we got there, it was very grey and very cold and very dark. Not much daylight. It's only a few hours of daylight a day. Very horrible. I didn't like it one bit. I won't be going back there. Great for skiing, but you're limited to what time there is in the daytime. Obviously, here where I am now. I mean, what time is it now? We're on 10:45 in the morning, and it's not properly light yet. It probably won't be. Probably another 2 or 3 hours until it'll start to get dark again. So even down here, it gets dark really quick. In the really coldest part, December, January, February, in St. Petersburg, you can have as little as 4 hours daylight per day, good daylight. So really depressing weather. I hate the winter here. I can't see anything. It's kind of strange. When the snow first comes, you're all kind of excited. It's like Christmas when you're a kid, you know, when snow comes. But then after a day or two, you're fed up with it. I already want to go somewhere warm. You know, it's already longing for the hot weather. Walking down the side of the road here, because that is all iced over where cars have been going up and down. See, when I first came here, there was no people, there was no cars going up and down, and this wasn't a problem. This road here wasn't. There was where is it? Not that there. There was one house down here. That one there where the cars are on the left side there. That was the only house down here. Nothing else was here. This was all forest still. And you can see it's now. They've got that building there, and then you got this Korean Central Church. Not that I've ever seen any Koreans here, but that's the Korean Central Church or temple where I don't know what they practice, Koreans, but that's it anyway. The plaque on the wall there. It's of all strange things, but that looks like they've got a busted window up there. Is it? No, they haven't. It's just something hanging there. It's not busted. Or the window's pushed in, or I don't know if anybody actually lives there full time or what. I never see anybody there. It's weird. It's supposed to be a Korean temple. God knows. Yeah, it's the off-grid. Nah, off-grid's not fun at all. Wouldn't recommend it. This hall was never here. I'm lying actually. There was a place here, where that place is now on the right here. That one there. That's only. It's just here. It's just still being built. It's not even finished yet. That was nothing. There was a dacha behind that. That way behind there was a dacha, and that's all it was. It was just a little kind of wire fence around it. Nothing. That's all there was. There was that place and that place down there, way down there. Nothing else was here. These weren't here then. This one's obviously new. You see a new build there. This one, they haven't finished it yet. It's made out of. They've got it made out of what do you call it? Gazabeton block. Quite, it's cheap, but yeah, whatever. You only pay for what you get, don't you? Or you only get what you pay for, and that's for cheap nasty. This one here is made from. It's kind of like a log house. They're thick beams. They are 15 by 50, 150 by 150 beams, but it's what they call kind of, I don't know what they call it, but it's kind of clicked together house. They're already pre-made, and they bring them in and you just click them together basically, like tongue and groove. It looks very nice, but it's all tongue and groove. It's pre-made. There's very, very few people who can actually build a traditional log house these days the way they used to do it, you know, where they would bring in the timbers and they would cut them by hand. I don't know anybody who could do that these days. It's a skill that's been lost. Nowadays, when they do log houses, it's already pre-made. They're already cut, and they just stack them on each other. Need to drop my phone. That's it, that's better. Здравствуйте, Здравствуйте, Brandon's French. Здравствуйте to you too. Yeah, this wasn't here, none of this was here. That big pink house over there was here, but that was all. There was nothing else here. This one here, this one over in the corner, there was nothing. It was just a foundation. There was a little tiny hut there, right at the back, kind of a banya right at the back. There had a burner in there that got stolen. Everything got lifted out of there basically. There was no fence around it. It was just a broken gate at the front and a little broken banya at the back was all falling in, and a foundation. That's all there was. Now the young couple's got to see this. Look at here, it's pure ice here. This is where it becomes dodgy. That place there has been here all the time. That was there. That's been there many years. But absolutely falling in now, dilapidated, and not in use. Hasn't been in use for years. Never. You see the odd people come and look at it to buy it, but they take a look and they're off again. One look's enough for them. You know. Somebody driving up the road. And if it's my neighbour. No, not gone the other way. Yeah, that was where it was. There was a banya there, right at the back. It was all covered in trees. They'd all been overgrown. They've done a good job of it. The young couple that have taken it over. They're planning on having. I think they've already got some animals in there, chickens and stuff. So they're doing well. You can see see by the canal there. That's not frozen, so it's not that cold out today. It's kind of odd weather, but it's cold on the fingers and hands. So I've got to go and collect some more firewood shortly and keep the fire stocked up all day. Otherwise it does get cold, and then I've had enough walking today. I won't be out again today. The only time I go outside now is to go to the woodshed, get firewood. That's about it really. Not doing a lot. But again, with building a new house in Novgorod, we don't know whether we're going to be able to live in it next winter or not. So come away from there. Come on. Come on. Come out. Come out. Come away. Come on. Jackie, come here. Jackie. Jackie. Come on. Come out to there. Come out to there. Jackie. Jackie. Jackie, come on. Jackie. Come out to there, you stupid mutt. What are you doing? Come on. Hey, come on. Don't bark at him. Go on. Don't go back down there, you. Ugh, dogs barking at the bloody neighbour's gate fence. Come on. Oi, come on. Don't you ignore me. Yeah. So it is, yeah. This again, nobody in this part of the forest here at all. Not even, I don't think there's even plots allocated on this bit. And this one here is, that is owned. We know the owner. He said he was going to build a house on there, but yeah, 15 years and he's still not built it. So I think he's waiting for the legalities here to be sorted out, and then he's going to sell it. And once it's sold, it'll be built on very quickly, I'd imagine. It won't be long. So, yeah. But anyway, it's been a nice morning. It's been a nice walk. Although somewhat cold on the fingers. Time for a cup of tea now. And maybe I think blini is like Russian pancakes, which I like in the morning. Fill them with stuff, you know, meat and cheese. It's very nice in the morning. And that's it. So hopefully I'm going to get out into town some point this week and do some live streaming from the town, from the city, but I don't know when. The city can be very cold. We're looking at doing some night live streaming. There we go. Thinking about doing some night live streaming because obviously all the Christmas lights are already up. The missus says she was in town yesterday. I very rarely go there. So all the Christmas lights are up. Everything's lit up. So probably I'm thinking about someday this week of going down there and having a look. So for me, for now, I've got to go into there to collect some firewood and cut this stream off. So I love blinchiki, yeah, I as well. Blinchiki is the best way. For the rest of the morning, so I'll say goodbye to everybody. If you're looking at coming to Russia, go to the Telegram channel Russia Expat Info. Good team of admins there, and they'll give you all the things, all the information you need to know. Plenty of people, great people in there. But for me, for now, I'm out. Have a good day wherever you are. And like I always say, if you've got family who's alive, mum or a dad or something, give them a call on the phone and say, how you doing today, mum? How you doing, dad? And they'll love you for it. Okay. Paka paka, that's Sudania. I'm out of here.